Namaste, travelers. Tara here, Hidden Lotus Tarot, and I'm coming to you today with the June 2016 general reading for the sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. The messages will not resonate with everyone because it is a general reading. Some of the messages will apply, maybe all of it, but for some of you it may not, in which case, please come back and view your Moon and Rising sign videos because there could be messages there for you. In order to gain insight into your own situation, you have to book a personal reading. That way I'm able to tune in into your energies and the energies of your own personal situation. Now, Mercury went direct on the 22nd. You may have been feeling an easing up on some of those restrictions, delays with communications and travel, plans, things of that nature. However, it is still in its shadow phase, its direct shadow phase. So it takes about 2 weeks for a planet to come back up to speed. So by June 7th, we should be up and running full speed with Mercury. We do still have Saturn in Sagittarius. We also have, which is retrograde. We also have Pluto and Mars retrograde. And I think there's one more. I don't know which one that is. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and take a look and see what the possible energies are. Well, that Queen of Swords just flew out. That what the possible energies could be for the sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising for June 2016. Possible energies, because there's a billion Pisces out there. We're going to do the Hidden Lotus spread. We're going to leave this Queen out since she decided to present herself to see how that plays in. And the Lovers. Well, 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 Pisces. There's our water sign. So this could be male or female, okay? Hetero or same sex, whomever would take the female in this situation. What I see is that either there has been an ending for some of you Piscean people, but definitely there's been a change, and it's been something major. Maybe that's why this Queen has presented herself. She is all about truth, communication. She tells it like it is. She doesn't mince any words. This person is like the King of Swords, can be someone that has a real way with words, but is never going to really mince them. May be able to, tell you off in style. But if you can see, she fell out and she is courting. She has her hand open towards this entire spread. Okay? So whatever this situation is, there's a truth in it. And I would suspect that you're being asked to court the truth, ask for the truth, seek for the truth. Whatever this ending or this transformation has come about, this change, it has really, what's in the center is this Nine of Swords, and it's brought up some real issues, some challenges. This could be repressed thoughts and memories, worry, fear, anxiety, nightmares. Do remember that this is a Swords card, and so basically it is, maybe this is why she's here, to tell you to get a handle on the way that you're thinking. Because what's odd is I have this, the Strength card here, and I have this Page of Wands. And anytime you have major arcana cards, they deal with spiritual issues. So even the Page here, although this is, Wands are about the willpower of doing something, that fighting spirit, your ambition, your level of desire for whatever this thing is. It is not about the practicality of doing the work. It's just having the will and the desire to get it done. Okay. So I'm kind of confused in a sense as to if to say This was something that a change, for some of you, a change has come through or an ending. This is also a spiritual message, okay? And whatever this ending or change is that's come about, you're about to embark upon a new spiritual journey, okay? You've gotten some news about the truth because pages represent news. Now, I'm not exactly sure if this deals with the fire sign person, but we do have the strength card. Now, this card is also known as the risk card, okay? So maybe some of you are taking a risk by ending something or leaving something behind, okay? But it's been bothering you, whatever this thing is. That's what this 9 says. Because here we are at the base. This water sign is at the base of the spread. And maybe you haven't quite figured out exactly, because this represents moon and Cancer. This is the way you feel about it. You're not quite sure how to feel about whatever this thing is. You know, and it could be that you have something new coming up, something being offered to you, but you're just not sure if it's what you want to do. And this is the reason you could be having the nightmares. I do have these swords pointing at this 5 of Cups, as if to say, this is what you think may happen if you take that risk and you move forward with it. It is causing some, not only perhaps financial imbalance within, this could be about a new job, wanting to move jobs, but it could also be about a new relationship. And I do say it's something new because it starts with an ending, and then we have this page here and this 2 of Pentacles. And this could even be, in a way, kind of an avoidance kind of a thing, where you kind of trying to keep yourself busy so that you don't have to really deal with whatever the challenge is. Maybe someone is behaving in that manner towards you. But, you know, if it's not in a financial sense, then it's definitely an emotional sense. And for some of you, it could be both. There's travel here. There's travel, but this is also the end of a cycle. And this cycle has come about because it is the natural conclusion of the situation. Okay, you can't escape death no matter how it comes. So this is the natural conclusion of this, as if the cards are saying, yeah, the old situation has played out. Be strong, because you have new challenges ahead of you. You may be presented with some things that you don't quite know what to do with. It's going to throw you off balance. You know, there may even be a loss where you don't accept something or you don't get something that you want. Don't fear. Don't fear. Because it is the end of that old cycle and time for a new cycle for you. And this is about being comfortable in that, okay? Being comfortable within yourself. But it also indicates travel. The 2 cards here. I have ships there. And this card indicates world travel, okay? Now, we have Saturn in Sagittarius. And Sagittarius represents places, people, and things at a distance. Foreigners, international, you know, boundaries. It rules education. It rules teachers, gurus, spirituality, religion. Sagittarius is a wide range reaching, but it always deals with something at a distance. And this is the Saturn card, okay? And as you can see, we have Aquarius, which is 2 signs away. This represents Capricorn, which is in between. So in between whatever this is, okay, there you are. In between the Sagittarius and the Aquarius, we have Capricorn. And you're kind of stuck in the middle between these 2 things. Now, I can tell you that there's a choice to be made here, because I have the Lovers. And the Lovers is about being on the same page, your head and your heart. Are you doing what you're doing because you feel you should, or are you doing what you're doing because that's what your heart is telling you to do? It is a choice. It is about cooperation. It is about union. And this could even be trying to balance those yin and yang sides of yourself. And this angel, which typically in this deck represents a third person in the relationship, this could be whatever your challenge is. And you have to rectify that within yourself to try to get that balance. I'm going to take it's like either someone offered something to you, Pisces, and it's just not, it isn't what you're looking for. Or maybe you have offered something to someone and they did not accept for whatever reason. And so now you're left with the choice. And this is literally striking off and leaving something behind because there's something new. And whenever the World card comes out, to me, it's always better than what you expected. But yet you're not at that place yet. Maybe for some of you, that choice has not come up yet, but it will be coming up. The sun went into Gemini. That represents the month of June. So perhaps this is when you will be making your choice. The Queen says she's going to come in and help you make that decision. I want to take a look at the Death card and the Nine of Swords. And then I'm going to look at the Five of Cups is self-explanatory. That's being disappointed. Things not going the way that you thought they would. Now, this may not have anything to do with you. It could be someone that you're dealing with. Perhaps maybe you will have to disappoint someone in some way. And this is what is giving you nightmares. But it is definitely a leaving of something behind. Most definitely. So let me go ahead and put down some Sibilas on the 3 cards that I want to look at that stand out the most. For some of you, it is the ending of a trip. Perhaps maybe you were supposed to go on a trip and it didn't come through. This was a trip something that was very dear to your heart. If it wasn't a romantic meeting, then it was something very, very dear to your heart. And again, there was worry about it to begin with. Okay, there was some fear about it to begin with. That's what this desperate jealousy says. It's not always about jealousy. It can speak to extreme worry and fear, which would be 2 cards. It does have to do with someone who was helpful in some way, who perhaps maybe you had hopes, them being the Gran Signore, but they themselves have balked. They didn't quite accept. Or maybe you offered something to this person in the hopes that they would become the Gran Signore, and maybe you haven't heard back from them yet. But in a sense, it kind of reads like their actions are showing you really what the truth of the situation is. Because the Death has come in to say it has played its natural conclusion out. I want to look at the Lover's card. Now, again, this is either someone thinking that they're going to get back together with perhaps a male rival, or someone questioning the decision of, if we get back together, will I be an enemy to this? Will we be enemies to each other? Maybe this person is actually being an enemy to themselves over this. Because remember, I said you might need to try to balance this out within yourself. Now, that's kind of an odd, but it indicates 3 people in a situation. And if it's not 3 people, then it is a situation in which it's become like the elephant in the room. Nobody wants to acknowledge it, but they know it's there. Now, what's underneath here? This is beautiful. You will be traveling, you will be starting afresh, and you will be starting anew. Whenever I have these two cards together, this could literally mean you're going to pack up and you're going to move someplace. And it could literally be over the water. And if it's not a move, an international move for you, then what it means is that there's going to be someone at a distance of a different race, perhaps a different culture, in a different location, far away from you, who's going to be extremely important to you, that's going to help you start your new cycle. The Fool is a brand new. In the old decks, this is the last of the major arcana. This would be the last of the major arcana. Okay, at the end of the cycle, you start afresh again, spiritual journey. In the new decks, the Fool comes at the very beginning. It's the Fool, then the Magician, then the High Priestess. In the old decks, it was like this. You started, the Magician became first. You come into incarnation and you come in to create things. It's creation. And then you go through each subsequent card. So either way that this goes, it is a brand new beginning, no matter how you look at it. And it's the end of a cycle. So again, I say to you, do not fret, do not fear. And whatever the choice is that you have to make, it may be a difficult choice. It may be a difficult choice, but you have something you're going to have, this could even say that, you may meet somebody new. Okay. Or maybe this person wishes you to meet someone new. Okay. And in a sense, if they're coming from that space, then what they're doing is they're letting you know that they're not the right person for you. Some people aren't so kind like that. I hope this message helps you, Pisces. And until next time, namaste.